Shamrock Show 8 here with Shelito's Vincent, fresh off her win just 2 days ago, yeah?
Yep.
Dude, you know, so we were kind of talking off camera about they all go Shelito's way.
That's right.
I don't know if you remember, man, it was probably almost 10 years ago that I first met you, and we were at a fight in Twin River, right? And it was like me and my girl and a couple of my buddies and their girlfriends, and all three girls were like, "We love her, oh my God, blah, blah, blah." And we ended up meeting you in that, Jimmy did a little show upstairs. Yeah.
That picture came up on a memory, actually. Like.
Oh, really? Yeah. Dude, my girlfriend Melissa, and it was this other girl Beth, and this other girl Maya. All hotties were like all over us. They were like, "Fuck you guys! Like, we want to meet this girl. We want to meet this girl."
It's my boyish good looks and charm.
Yeah, killing. No one on the block got swagger like you, buddy. Nah, killing it, man. That's what's up. I'm happy you could come down, man. You know, anyone in this area knows you. You know, fucking, you've been doing this. How long you been fighting?
Pro 8 years now. Probably like 15, 16 altogether.
That's crazy, man. That's a lot of scraps, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So Saturday night, you had a fight. And there's a lot of talk of retirement. I know you had a little retirement, but I always say you can't have a good comeback without a retirement, you know? But I saw that fight, man, and I saw somebody who had a lot left to give. So, what are your thoughts on the future?
Just like I said that night in a post interview, that Pete's like my father. Yeah. And he really wants me to retire, and maybe he sees things that my heart won't let me see.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I definitely slowed down. I definitely don't throw as much as I used to, stuff like that. I mean, that comes with age, but like I still haven't been hurt, haven't been dropped. I'm still winning. Even fights that I'm winning, I'm losing. So the last fight with Heather, okay, I lost, but the first one I didn't. But
yeah, I was there ringside. Me and my boy Tony and Sam and Pam Romanella.
Yep.
And it's hard to judge a fight when you're watching it live, and it's hard when you know a person. But I'm also a Heather Hardy fan, dude. You know what I mean? I actually didn't even know who she was.
We're actually dating now.
I'm playing. Good for you. She I only found out about her because you were talking shit about her, and then I was like, oh damn, who's this chick? You know what I mean? So I went in there. You're the homie, and I was cheering for you, but like it wasn't like one sided. It was like, I hope this girl gets fucked up, and we all thought you. Well, the whole section that was there thought that you won. The first fight for
Absolutely.
sure. What a dump Coney Island is. I would never go back there again. What a fucking dump.
Well, MGM Springfield is worse.
Is it really? Dude, I've heard that.
The security is like out of control, man. And I'd never want to fight there again.
Really? Yeah, I haven't been up there, but I heard it's like fucking a dump. I hear the new Encore in Boston
beautiful.
is dope.
No, I heard. Yeah, I'm going up there next week for the fights. But it's a beautiful casino. It's small. It's beautiful though. But like the security guards, definitely guys in high school that was getting beat up and like abusing their control. They're messing with the kids. They actually came at me. Are you a guest at all? I'm on the fucking billboard, guy.
Right.
But they were disrespecting the kids. They were disrespecting everybody in there. They threw me out of I was in the club all night. They threw me out the club saying that because my ID was expired, but you let me in with it.
What?
The problem was when I came back holding a bitch. Yeah. So I think it was more the fact that I was gay or whatever. But then people that it's
but dude, you were on the fucking this is after this. I'm
clearly over 21.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
That's not how you treat people, man.
Nah.
That's my business. You know what I mean? If you're in a venue like that and you got a club and you have somebody who's just on your fight card,
and it's a big name, MGM, treat your people right.
Right, especially if you're not in there like tearing the place up. You know what I mean?
And you know what they did when manager Mike?
No.
The cops and the security guards. They jumped him, all that stuff in there because he didn't have his ID on the floor. Now you clearly tell that guy's over 21.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just. Fuck MGM.
Fuck MGM.
Springfield.
I never been there.
Vegas is fine.
Yeah. That's what's up. So just real quick, how'd you get into boxing?
All right. Well, I got into. You just tell me. Let me know when you want to stop.
No, it's good with you. I'm just saying you don't have to. Like I kind of told you off camera. I know this. I don't want you to do the same interview you did 100 times, but just for the people at home,
so they know what I'm about.
Right.
All right. So I got into the boxing because I was getting sexually abused at home. I was getting abused to the point where my mother was getting poured gasoline on her and chased around the house with a match. I would get choked up, hung against the wall and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna dog the guy. He was my stepfather, and I have good memories with him too. It's just he drunk too much, and you know how certain people get, not everybody.
Right.
But So that's that. My mother finally left him. She started seeing this other guy. The other guy was great. He treated me fine and all that stuff. Well, he was setting me up to sexually abuse me. I was getting raped.
Jesus Christ.
So we'll cut that short. That's the gist of it all. So I got into the boxing to channel my depression and my anger and all that stuff. And I never got into it thinking it was going to be a career, that I was even going to make money off it. I just wanted to get all the aggression out of me instead of taking it out on other people, which I never fought anybody. I was in and out of prison for fighting and stuff like that, but it wasn't, I was picking on people. Whenever I felt threatened, I would defend myself now at this point. So it got to the point where people just left me alone because they thought I was crazy, I guess. But, you know.
I don't know where they get that idea.
You know. But, yeah, so that's actually how I got into the boxing. I went to the gym. I would cry. I would hit the bag. While we're even touching there, when I was going through that point and everything, that's when I met up with Kent and Rolly. And obviously my mother had died shortly after that from leukemia. I lost my mother at 36. So actually I outlived my mother. And I was just going through a lot. I was a kid. I didn't have much. I didn't have anybody. And the gym is actually what saved me and got me through all that stuff. Obviously I didn't have money. I didn't have parents. Right. So Kent and them would let me go in the gym. I didn't pay. I helped them train the younger kids and everything. Right. And that's what saved my life, and that's what got me in the position that I'm in now.
That's what's up, man. That's a lot. But you know, I love to hear that about the gym, because that gym is everything to me as well. You know what I mean? It just going there has changed my life. Man, Kent Ward is one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. I want to have him on here eventually, but dude, I'm like almost afraid to ask him. Because he's not like a real person, you know? He's like a god to me. Like, I don't even want to like bother him, you know what I mean? But dude, I don't know, man. That's one of the greatest humans I ever met. And it's dope that you went out and represented for Rolly. Rolly Pierce, legend in Connecticut boxing. He passed away recently. It was
about 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
But you know, I feel lucky because I was like, I've been in the gym 8 years, and I was like probably one of the last people who's around who actually got real training from Rolly. You know, he was there, but he wasn't there anymore, you know, and I actually really got to work with him and got stuff from him. So, you know, I'll always keep that close. Man, we used to go to recovery room after training and get salads together, you know, and dude, just what a great dude. And it's a loss for New London. And it's kind of crazy how he passed right after that Bank Street gym closed.
Yeah, like immediately. Doors closed, boom.
Yeah, like my grandfather died like right after the Red Sox won the World Series after not like winning for like 100 years. So I think it's like the same thing, you know? He nothing left to see here. It's time to go. But he'll be remembered in that gym, man. And it's just so dope that you came through with this. Oh, yeah. You know, the picture in the ring, and it's really cool, man. It's dope to hear, and I hope people know, you know, people think of a boxing gym, and they just think of, I think, like, you have to be a tough guy to go in there. You know, you're just saying somebody who comes from just a bad situation, just needed an outlet, and it's there for people. I would implore anybody, whether you live in New London or wherever you're at, if you're looking and you feel like you've got nothing, you go in a boxing gym, you're not going to meet a bunch of meathead tough guys, man. You're going to meet people who are like really cool and going to support you in what you're doing.
It's like a family. You end up being close-knit. You get brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, all that stuff.
Right. You know? It's like the coolest environment, you know. Like, attracts a lot of weirdos too. You know, like the crazies coming. Sometimes. Like this guy came in the other day, you know, he's a black belt in Taekwondo and this and that, you know, like that's the kind of stuff that gets you in. If you go into a boxing gym and you're like, dude, I've never been in a fight in my life other than people beating me up, like I'm a pussy, I don't know anything. Dude, people are not gonna like look down on you. People are gonna be yo, let me work with you. But if you walk in like I'm fucking the street fighting legend.
Oh yeah, you always got those.
That's when you get jammed up, dude, because that gets exposed really quick.
Because we gotta test you.
Right. Because no one's gonna pick on the guy.
We're not in there for ego.
Right. But if you come in with the ego, it's gonna get checked. But you come in there humble and scared. Everybody who came in that gym felt that way, man. You know what I mean? Like it's a big deal, right?
And most people that do combat sports have a backstory. They're either being abused, picked on in school, stuff like that. Usually that's how it goes.
Right, or just I would say
low self-esteem.
99% of the people there's something to choose to go into a place even if you don't compete, like a few days a week, and you know you're gonna get punched in the face. Like it's not for everybody, you know. But you also don't have to do that. Let me make that clear too. You don't.
Right.
This is what you want to do, but what I want to kind of get into with you is like outside of the ring, right? Outside of like the X's and O's and the punches and the bobbing and weaving, like what's the most stressful part of the fight for you?
Just being a woman. You know, I mean, we're reaching places now, and the game's definitely elevating. We got the big names, the Olympians came in and everything.
Yeah.
But our biggest thing was getting the television. You can't get endorsements without the television. You can't really get sponsors without the television. And then just getting the 2 right women in there. You know what I'm saying? The other part is we're our self-promoters. Even though we have promoters, we still have to self-promote. So I got lucky when I went to DeBella because he really cared about women and he helped us out with that. But I have to drive around 3 different states to sell tickets. If I didn't sell tickets, they probably wouldn't put me on. Because look, I'm not the traditional woman either. I don't got the long hair. I'm not in bikinis. I'm not throwing my body out there to try to attract people to come and watch.
Do you think that hurts you?
Hell no, because people love me for me. For one, the girls think I'm beautiful.
Right.
So the girls come out and they buy the tickets, and then the guys come out because I can fight. So it's like the best of both worlds. But the thing is, nobody wanted to give me that chance in the beginning. So my first trainer, who I actually ended up getting rid of, not my first trainer, but my first pro trainer, he said, why don't you put on a bikini and grow your hair back because that's the only one I saw. I said, no. I'd rather stay amateur. That's not me. And then Jimmy Birchfield was like, let's just let her be herself, you know? Yeah. And he really took the chance with that. Most people ain't going to give an openly gay athlete a chance. I look like a little dude. Yeah. I got little muscles, you know what I'm saying? I got tattoos everywhere. My hair's short.
Traps, dude.
Traps.
Trap queen.
That's what traps them ladies. But you know what I'm saying? But he gave me the chance. Like I said, the guys came out because I can fight. Yeah. And a lot of my fans, they don't know nothing about boxing. Girls come on because they think I'm cute, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like that for any sport. But, you know, I got the best of both worlds, and people took a chance, and that actually worked. And look, going back to that first fight with Heather, I outsold her in New York.
Did you really?
So I didn't have to. I did that being myself. I wear a straight jacket and a fucking mask. I'm not worried about my face being seen. Right. And I wear the straight jacket to symbolize the way women are tied down in sports. Okay. And me breaking free of my demons when I fight. You know what I'm saying? Because everything got a meaning.
Now, when I say did it hurt you, obviously it didn't hurt you with the fans, but the boxing culture seems to be very old school. Yep. Now, is it? Do you think maybe like the promoters or the TV networks or however that works from that angle can't see that picture, the picture that you just painted, where you know girls, my girlfriend, hot girls think that you're hot, and dudes like seeing you scrap because you come to you're not a point fighter. You're very you're in the pocket. You're an entertaining fighter. But do you think that maybe the higher ups don't see that?
No, we're gonna answer that with this because this was very clear. Me and Heather fought to get on television, and that's actually what spiraled the. You know, that's what actually got everything going for the sport. Nobody could take that from us.
Well,
that
you
was
guys were
definitely
the first women's fight on national TV, that PBC, right?
NBC ever. Yep. And since like Layla Ali and Christy Martin, so it's been forever. Yeah. And we fought for that, and that's what we needed to get the sponsorships, endorsements, whatever, to get in the right direction. Then all the Olympians turned. Yeah. So nobody could take that from me and Heather, right? But when that fight did come on television, how did they almost market it? And people that didn't know me would think because of my image and everything, they made Heather the hero, and they made me a villain. Right. And anybody that knows me knows I'm doing charities for kids. I just fought for fucking free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people are still attacking me. Yeah. You know, Karen's the only person that got paid in that fight. Yeah. You know, but they created this villain, and the angel, the hero. Yeah. Which, whatever. So then the rematch came. They announced me as, Heather Hardy, whatever. I was announced first. It was Shelly Vincent. Been to prison 3 times for assault. Golden Glove champion. What the fuck did that have to do with any of my boxing career? Really? So that's how they put it on the television. Yeah. Then it was Heather, only her wins and all that stuff. Right. So right there, they were creating what they wanted to create. So yeah, it does affect me because. Immediately, but I just don't care. Right. Because I'm not going to conform and be somebody that I'm not ever, because that's showing kids the wrong idea and everything. And if I did take off my clothes and cut my hair, that's teaching. Like, I wouldn't say, hey, Gigi, take off your clothes and, so you could get a couple bucks and elevate. Right. Like, nah. You know? It's just the wrong message for girls.
I definitely respect that. You know, staying true to yourself in the long run, I think will always, you can go to bed at night knowing you didn't sell out. You know? Right. That's what's up. Right. Never.
Hate me or love me, but...
the walkout, though, the time. Tell people what it's like in the locker room before the fight. I mean, you're 20. we'll say 26-1, right? 27-1.
27-1.
27-1. So, I mean, do you still get nerves, or is it like?
Sometimes. Most of the time, it's even when I don't get the nerves, I try to make myself nervous. I just put it in my head, because the couple times that I wasn't nervous, I look like shit.
Okay.
So you need that. You have to fear something. Whether or not, even girls that I fought and I rematched, I put it in my head, oh, this girl's gonna kill me this time. She's gonna knock me out, because you need that. That's what makes you perform well. I
mean, I don't think when it comes to nerves with a fight, I think for the most part, I think I'm gonna be accurate on this. It's not, I don't think the fear of like the opponent as much as like, I've just spent all this time telling everybody I'm a fighter. Like, I don't want to go out. It's very vulnerable. You know, it's not a team sport where the team has an off day.
Right, because you can't blame nobody but yourself.
Right. So you're in there, dude. You're in there in, you know, more or less minimal clothing, you know, and everybody's watching you. And it's like, if you fail, if you're out on your ass, it's not so much like the opponent, like, I'm afraid I'm gonna get beat up, but it's like
afraid to let people down.
Right, you're putting yourself. You know, I've had two amateur fights, but they weren't USA. Like, they were like, I knew my opponent. We had to market it. We sold tickets. I got paid on it. Yeah. You know, like, so it's like I spent all this time like telling my friends like, yo, come see this, then it's like, I'm not worried about this guy. It's just another fight. Win, lose, or draw. I've been done 100 rounds with Brennan. I've been knocked out clean in the gym, you know. But it's like, I don't want to go out there in front of my friends and like I just told them, and let everyone down. You know, they drove to. That's why we drove to Brockton. You know, the dude I fought is such a cool guy. I fought Brockton, but. Oh, you got the Rocky Marciano tattoo on the back. That's what's up, man. But yeah, the place I fought at had this huge Rocky Marciano statue outside. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but you know, it's just like you're very exposed, you know, and it's a crazy feeling, man.
And they're gonna judge you. They're gonna criticize. Just like, look at Manny Pacquiao. Won all them fights. Everybody was on him. He gets knocked out once. The whole world turned their back on him. Right.
And it's you know a lot of tough guys who like think that this is like it's not a street fight. You know, you're not.
Yeah, nah.
You're not angry. You're not feeling threatened. Like, every night you go into bed knowing you're gonna fight somebody, man. What's that like? You know, you gotta. It
keeps you on your toes. It keeps you.
Yeah.
I think that's what keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
You know, that's what keeps you going to the gym, because you know this person's coming to kill you. Just like even me and Karen. She is my good friend. You know what I'm saying? We sparred each other so many times. We fought. That was my first and my second fight.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just what.
What do you see? So, you know, 28 fights in, you fought the person that you fought in your first fight. What do you see that's different in you between that first one and the last one? What do you see in you that changed?
Just skills. You know, you learn more. I learned new tricks. I fought southpaw. I'm not southpaw. I've been doing that for a couple months.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I think we both were different.
Yeah.
You know, for one, we were fighting 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? We fought both of our fights in one fight. Oh no, because they dropped it down to a 6-rounder because it was running late. But it was supposed to be an 8-rounder.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
And because of just time of the event?
Just the time, yeah. And because of the whole, you know what I'm saying, what we were doing it for, we just wanted to, you know, getting in there. But, yeah, I think I definitely elevated as a fighter. I think every fight with Pete, I got a little bit better.
Dude, Peter Manfredo, I've only met him a few times. He's a really cool guy. But his son is actually what got me into that's my favorite boxer ever. It's Peter Jr. So, some friends of mine who, for lack of a better term, will say they're in Italian politics in Providence, you know what I'm saying? They brought him to this bar that my friend's dad owned it in Groton one day, and Pete was on the Contender show, and he had been eliminated. I hadn't even seen the show, but he's coming back on. And then I followed him after that, man. I went, his fight versus Scott Pemberton and fight versus Joey Spina were two of the dopest events I've ever been to. Like, the place was rocking, you know, and I went to like every Peter Manfredo fight after that for the longest time, man. And, you know, that's why I got to know Jimmy. And, you know, he had a stable of guys at that time that were, like, really cool to follow. You know, Jason Estrada, who's got that gym up there, and Matt Godfrey, Matt Remillard, this kid, Joe McCready out of Boston. You know, it was a really cool time for me, anyway, for local boxing. It really is what Peter Jr. is what turned me on to boxing, not some big name like Tyson or like, you know, I'd watch, like most casual people do, I'd watch all the big fights, but like Peter Manfredo Jr. is what got me into boxing to really become a fan.
And boy, he used to sell all them places out.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the last time there was fights at the Dunkin', besides Boo Boo, I fought there.
Yeah.
All them. That was Peter and Vinny.
Yeah.
You know.
Mini Vinny.
Mini Vinny, yeah.
Yeah, Vinny's a homie, man.
Sure.
Vinny's a homie. Me and him, he was supposed to do the show, but I've actually got beef with his manager, this girl's manager right now. It's whatever, but.
Oh, I know.
Man, this water's terrible. What's this water you got?
This that RX, man. This is the best right here.
Yeah.
It's that medical water right there. Yeah. I live by this.
Yeah.
This gets rid of the toxins, everything.
Yeah, man. I think
that medical grade
I was feeling good about my water, but then you bring on.
You put that down.
Yeah,
you sip that.
Let me try this RX water, man. Showing Shelly some love, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now that's the best.
I'm never going back. I'm hooked.
Good, got the electrolytes in and everything. I always drink in the morning, but when I do it with this Irish motherfucker.
Yeah. So you're gonna need that RX water because we're sipping this proper 12, man. We getting the whiskey and we're making this girl Irish today. You know, it's we're doing it for Heather.
Oh yeah. Told you that's my bestie.
It's kind of dope that you guys seem to be cool. Like from social media and stuff, it seems like you guys are.
And
cool.
we and that shit was real. We hated each other. That was real. People think it was fake. It was real. We hated each other. She didn't like me. I didn't like her.
Right.
For the reasons that I stated earlier.
Yeah.
Then we after the fight, we ended up doing a Google commercial together.
Okay.
For Google station that was coming out called Stadia. So we ended up doing that. We faced off like for 4 hours. And like if we ever had to fight again, as soon as we got here, I think it was
Yeah.
But nah, you know, since we have a lot in common. She has the same story as me. You know, it just.
Well, you guys fought 2 10-round fights?
Yeah, 2 10-round fights.
So you've been in 20 rounds with, you know, you leave a piece of yourself.
Right,
and I think
that's
it's
what she said.
You know, you both have kind of seen each other with nothing left going at it. I think you have to change perspective on somebody at some point after something like that, you know. I mean, it's dope for me. Now I get to openly be a fan of both of you guys, you know. Like before even your first fight with Heather got announced, I had a shirt and I wore it in the gym and Kent's like, you know Shelly's fighting her, right? I was like, shit.
We're coming out, key your whole car.
Yeah, for sure,
Yep,
for sure. So Heather, know that you almost got me ostracized in my own gym. And I tried to say what's up.
Always starting problems, Heather.
I tried to say what's up to her at a Bellator event. She snubbed me, but she follows me on Instagram, so I'll allow it.
Nah.
So assuming that this is it for you, which I don't think it is, but assuming it is, what's the future hold for Shelly? What do you got going? What is life after boxing for you?
There's no life after boxing. I'm always going to be in the gym. I'm going to train kids. Probably going to run the gym with Pete, eventually open my own gym. I'm going to go back to school to be an at-risk counselor.
Okay.
For kids that was like me. Because, you know, I go to the schools now. I talk to the kids. Whenever I walk out, there's kids with me, as much as they let come out. We get the tickets that are donated. We give them to the kids. So whenever there's an event with me, you're always going to see mad kids there.
Right.
They call me the children's champion. I do that to remember why I got into it, where I came from, and my ultimate goal is helping the kids. I think boxing for giving me the outlet to do and say what I need to. But, you know, I just want to be there because I know my life would have been different if I would have had just one person I could have talked to or vent to. So I'm just trying to be that person for the kids. But so I'm definitely going to go back to school, do that, and then, you know, open a business and just let that business pay for letting me do what I love because, you know, gyms are hit or miss.
Right. That's a tough business, you know, because, like you said, a lot of what gets attracted to a boxing gym are people who have nothing, you know. So I think, you know, and you have experience with this as a fighter, but try to find sponsors for the gym, you know, whether it's like, just for an example, like an Everlast or somebody who's going to come through with at least the equipment or whatever. But, I mean, that's really cool that you want to do that long term. And I think just knowing you that that's the kind of thing that we really well suited for you if you went and you got certified or whatever in that.
Yeah, and then speaking of that too, on the especially with women and I was blessed to have great sponsors, Nike, BMW, stuff like that, and I did that being an openly gay athlete. So I just want to keep stressing that for little gay kids out there, lesbian kids out there, that you can do it being yourself. You don't gotta.
Do you feel like you got support from the gay community in your fights?
Not as much as I thought I would, which is weird.
That's why I asked that, because I felt that too, from the outside.
But it's the same thing as I had people from New London come. Most of my support came from out of country, out of state. and whatever. It's like crabs in a bucket. I think people hate to see you succeed, and they're still there. But the difference is, I got up and I busted my ass, and I didn't want to keep staying.
So you actually totally set up where I was going with this. It's just people who I know in this area are successful, whether it's in fights, music, or whatever. They all tell me like they get no love locally, but they get love whether it's internationally or across the country. Like Brennan will be like in California, and he can't walk down the street without people like trying to take his picture. He comes to New London, and people just like want to hate on him, you know. And it kind of kills me that like so we got Cassius Chaney in the gym, who is 16-0. 15-0, whatever Cassius is, whole bunch of knockouts, and nobody knows who he is. Like, how is the New London Day, the Norwich Bolton, not in this gym every day taking pictures and like interviewing? And I feel the same way about you. Like I actually put stuff out. Like, yo, you're about to fight in Madison Square Garden. Where the fuck's the New London?
They didn't do anything.
Where's the New London Day at, dude?
How many women? How many men could say they fought at Madison
Anybody,
Square
not
Garden?
anything.
Never mind a woman.
Right. You're like, there just doesn't seem to be the support locally for athletes out of this area, especially combat sports. And I don't understand why it's so taboo when it's, you know, it's like
different era now too.
Yeah. But it does seem to be like I was, you know, there's local gay establishments and stuff. You would think that they would be like really making a big deal out of you sponsoring you, having events at their whether it's a bar or whatever, you know, no names.
They did that more for me when I was at amateurs. I will say that they helped me get to nationals. You know, Jackie Steele helped me out with that. But the O'Neills, the brass rail, they threw an event there for me. We raised the money. I went to nationals, and that's actually what got me where I turned pro right after that. Yeah. But coming out to my fights and stuff, right. Like, nah, not really.
It seems to me like there should have been more support. Like, I don't know any of those people, like those, you know, but I'm not trying to shit on them. It just seems like to me. Like that would be something that they would want to be.
And the gays usually bond together for everything.
Right, like, that they would want to be involved in. Mm-hmm. Here, you got to stop babysitting that little. You're doing okay. You're doing okay. I mean, you know, you're small.
It was a rough weekend, guys. It was a rough weekend. I celebrated.
What do your DMs look like?
Don't get me in trouble.
Are you in a relationship right now?
Son, no. I took a minute after Jen. And then the other thing too is I decided that after Jen, that I wasn't gonna have my shit so public.
Dude, it's terrible.
Yeah, she's on television and I was fighting on television. Yeah, like she was on a show, then she started hosting the show, so she doesn't even box anymore. Okay. And I think that just being so in the public is what messed up that relationship. So I try not to be as public. Is it the girl in the picture
on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Good for you.
All
right. So if you're single, not getting in trouble.
No, my DMs are crazy.
The crazy,
I just keep
dude?
it real. Like if my phone's like 80, this is my personal line. This is my
drug dealer.
One that's on you know what I'm saying? Get it popping. But my shit's crazy.
You got girls.
I'll put it to you like this way. This lady hits me up, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful lady too, and she's like, "Oh, you should see my daughter." I'm like, "Oh no, you know I'm good. You know, for one, I'm not gonna meet nobody on it." Like that, right? So I'm like, I'm not interested. The lady turns around and sends me a naked picture of herself. It's like, well, what about me? I'm like, what type of shit is this? Definitely not the
dude.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, you gave me a picture. All right, now I got pictures of your daughter and you. Like, people are crazy.
That's fucking wild, dude.
My DMs is crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. You got a guy slide in DM?
Guys, too. It's fucking crazy. How you know that?
I figured, man, because guys... Everybody's weird, but guys are fucking... You know, in the bar, I just see the weirdness of people. But, like, I don't know. I would see, like... It's
every once in a while, those come through, and it's like, what the fuck,
that's what I would figure, man. Like, the guys would think that, like, it would be an accomplishment.
The conquest,
The conquest, yeah. It's like you turn a straight girl. It's a conquest, right?
That's all I do.
That's all I do.
I don't think I've been with anybody that's how I like them.
They all go Shelito's way.
Shelito's way. Every which way but down unless you're a dark-haired girl.
Whoa. Dark-haired girls. No. Pay attention to her relationship status. When it changes, that's your opening. She gone. Mm-hmm. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment as a fighter? What would be like your one big moment? If somebody, an alien came to Earth and wanted to see, what do they want? What do you want to see from your fight career?
I think that the biggest thing. Well, I have a lot of things. I don't want to like leave anything. I was the first woman ever to win Pro Fighter of the Year, Connecticut Boxing Hall of Fame, the first ever. So that's history. I was the first woman in the pages of the Ringside magazine.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of that. Mine and Heather's face was up in Herald Square in Times Square. That was big. I wish my mother could have seen that. But I think that the biggest thing probably for both of us was being them first women that got back on the television and opening that door right there. I think that would be my biggest accomplishment right there. It was never about the titles. It was never about the money. Don't get me wrong. I want money, and I'm not going to do anything for free. That's why certain people, we want to fight. Well, I'm not going to fight you for free. Right, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I think my biggest thing of everything is I'm just happy that I'm smiling now, because I couldn't smile and shit before. I'm happy now.
And now you got a grill to smile with. What we got there? Green and red, and you got
Italian.
Yeah, you got your little
all day. And I'm half Cape Verdean, because everybody's mad. My father's Italian, my mom's Cape Verdean.
Okay.
I'm half black. You know. Nah, people be killing me. They're like, "Oh, I'm racist," and
who said you're racist? No, I didn't.
You know who started? Just like, listen, the whole fight leading up with Karen, I got all these people saying Karen saying this about me, Karen saying that about me, Karen did this, Karen did that. And now I realize, because after the fight, a video posted. I didn't watch the video. I just heard about the video. I know who started all that shit now.
You have to show me that.
Like, just camera. Let me and my friend live, man.
Right.
Like,
speaking of videos with that fight, so I watched, so I got a group of guys from the gym that all work for me at the bar, and we grabbed everybody together. We went in the kitchen, and I had it on the phone, and we watched the fight. And you dropped that girl clean. It's part of the fight game. You get dropped, but the announcers were like, "Oh, it was looked like it was a trip with her feet." And I watched it a million times. It was a clean left, and that's that straight left right down the middle, and it sat her down. She got back up. She's a tough kid, But then I saw, you reposted. You didn't even post the video. You reposted someone else's post with no caption of your own, and she really got salty about it, and that kind of surprised me, especially because
I actually didn't see that either, but she told me about it.
Yeah,
because we talked after.
Because she got 23 fights or something. Like, it was it wasn't like you were like, "Yo, I dropped this bitch." It was just like, reposted the video. It's a highlight from the fight. Sometimes you make a highlight, sometimes you're on the other end of a highlight. Right. It's just kind of part of the game. And I'm surprised.
And if she beat me, she would have been.
She would have posted. Hell yeah! So
and Karen is my friend. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Take it away. But and when Pete posted, I think he posted it. I'm not a southpaw. Yeah. I just started training southpaw. I switched.
Right. You got the outside foot position.
Right. And that's what it's all about, fighting a southpaw, is that foot position. Yeah. And you catch the person off balance or whatever. Right. And it was a nice shot.
Yeah, I was just surprised that she would, get so salty about that. You guys seem to have it seemed in the comments have kind of squashed that out a little bit. But that's kind of, it's a little bit off.
It's part of the game.
She
caught me with some shots.
Yeah, you even posted pictures of the fight.
I always do that. I always do that, because I'm not the only one that lands shots.
Right.
It's boxing. You get caught.
Right.
So I always post them,
Is there like a great white whale out there? Is there a fight that you either really want or that you wish you had and it's just too late and it didn't happen?
It's never too late, but I don't give a fuck who I fight as long
as
it's
I'm not saying from your side. Maybe they're
done
or something.
I want a big money fight, and I feel like I deserve a big money fight.
For sure.
I busted my ass to get where I was, and I fought against everything. Everything that I did was a fight.
Yeah.
My sexuality was a fight. The way I look was a fight. My tattoos was a fight. My height was a fight.
Getting here on time was a fight.
Right. You know what
I'm saying? I told her I know fighter standard time.
Yeah,
I'm used to it.
Getting here on time, goddammit, was a fight. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like I deserve that. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care who it is, what the name is.
Yeah.
The KO ratio, whatever. Like, I just want to get in there with the best, do my fight, and I want to make some money, man. I want to make some good money. I made money, and but I want to make. I want to make that man money.
Right. Which I'm surprised boxing hasn't gone into that.
Oh, it's getting there now.
For sure.
Women, yeah.
But it's like you see any other sport. Like I won't even go combat sports, but the UFC has highlighted women. But like tennis, there's the WNBA. It seems like other sports are way ahead of boxing.
Oh yeah,
as far as
soccer's the best. I tell little girls all the time, get into soccer. They're still not getting the money they deserve, but it's way more than the rest of us.
Right. Mm-hmm. So speaking of MMA, did you follow?
MMA, they get paid.
Did you follow Heather's MMA career at all?
I watched it. I was cage side at that fight.
I was there at the weigh-ins when you crashed the weigh-ins.
That's the one I was cage side at, and they really wanted me when that happened, and her face got kicked off, and all that. and they really like put the cameras on me and wanted me to act off of that. But that's not me. I was there to make a fight.
I saw your quote. I forgot what it was, but it wasn't anything.
The first thing that I thought about was, damn, her daughter seen that, because I remember when I was cut, Gigi was crying all hysterically, and that was a headbutt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she, I said, like, just imagine her daughter seeing all that. Right. But I guess you got to prep your kids for that also too.
I never really thought about that, man, and that's got to be because her daughter's like a young teenager maybe or something. I see her on the Instagram. You know, if she's not, she's almost. But
she's a little bit younger at that time. Oh no, because that was after the fight. But
either way, that does. I never thought about it.
Especially a girl, you got to prep them for that because they're a little bit more sensitive than the boys. I tell Gigi every time I go there, look, I'm in a tough fight.
Right.
I might be, you know what I'm saying, because they got to know I prep my grandmother. Listen, you know. Don't come if you ain't going to be able to handle it, because I've been in fights with girls, 15 wins, 10 by way of knockout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I'm just going to throw this at you. So you're just saying, you just want that big fight. You don't care, whoever, whatever. From a marketing standpoint, what I see, like sometimes like a fighter, just any fighter after a fight, they'll be like, who do you want? I'll fight whatever. And I think the message that you're putting out there is, I'll fight whoever.
I'll fight whoever. The money's right. I ain't fighting nobody for free.
Right. But I think what the fans sometimes hear is a lack of interest. Like, I think fights are there to be made. I think if you call out somebody, not disrespectfully, but I think it's more engaging. I just think set your sights high. I think there's a big payday out there for you. Yeah. I think that you deserve it, man. You've been a pioneer in this. You're the second girl fighter who So I was managing the Gold Club, and you probably know this person. I don't know her personally, but Addie Izzareri.
Yeah, no.
So she was dating a girl from the club, and the club sponsored her. And I went to her. It was the first girl fight I ever saw. She lost the fight. Though it was her first fight. I believe it was her first pro fight, and she lost it. But it was a hell of a fight, man. And then you came out, and you were like the next girl fighter who I saw, and you really, I think any girl who comes out of this area from now on is gonna look at you as somebody who blazed the trail. I mean, you really, really set the standard of what can be done. 27-1.
Yeah. Television, just everything. But it was hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you dealt with a lot of shady people in boxing? Because it seems like boxing is probably the most shady. Like whether managers or promoters or whatever. Like,
boxing and music, shady as shit.
Right. Like, I want to get back to that, but like it's crazy that when you see like, all right, you're gonna fight in New York, well, you're probably gonna have to knock her out to win the
right.
To win the fight. That's what it was. But that's like a real statement that can be said for any two people who are gonna fight. If one of them's at home, like it should, you have
to borderline kill that person.
Right. Sad. You don't see like the Knicks playing at LA and be like, oh, well, they have to kill the Lakers to win. No, it's just whoever wins.
Nancy Kerrigan, we're gonna be Nancy Kerrigan.
Right.
Yeah.
But
with boxing, that's definitely how it is, and it's sad. MMA is getting like that now too.
Yeah. Once the money really gets involved, that people come out of the woodwork, and with MMA and I think combat sports in general, there's always been a lot of like what I would call like a carnival act, a snake oil salesman. You've all these karate schools all over the place are making there's a chain of them locally making stupid money, and not giving black belts to kids, and not a single one of them could win a fight. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Like not a single one of them in your school that's making $100,000 a year could go out in the street. They're gonna get in a headlock and like have no idea what happened, wondering what happened to their black belt. And it just seems like combat sports attract the shadiest of people. And maybe I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. It's because there's so many broken people in combat sports, and you see people who want to take advantage of that. You think that's what it is?
It's a little bit of everything. I think it's just the money controls everything. People don't want to lose their money, but
but I think people want to make money off of other people who are doing the work. You know, I mean, and like you said you had to fire your first pro trainer. Yeah, it's just
stealing my money, everything.
Really? Yeah, and that's kind of what I figured when you were saying that. And I don't think that. Like fight fans from the outside who are fight fans, I think they miss. There's so much more interesting stuff behind the scene. That's why I'm like, I love finding out the backstories and what happened where, and what's going on with the personnel.
Your best friends become strangers. It's real. It's a lot of jealousy. It's a lot of hate, And it's just a lot of shade.
Well, I gotta
politics.
Imagine, especially at the level you're on, that the fight has to be almost like a high, like a drug. Like the fight week leading up to the fight, you win the fight, the after party, everybody in the world is like there, but after the fight, people they fade off and disappear. Right. It's got to be kind of a downer, almost kind of lonely, yeah.
And take a loss because everybody loves a winner.
Yeah.
Take a loss. Half of the people disappear right there. You know.
Have you seen that? Is that something you've definitely?
Yeah.
But goddamn, that high when you win a fight and the whole crowd,
there's nothing better than
the
that.
crowd is
that's
going,
like a drug.
Right, which is why I think fighters don't retire.
That's why some people when they take that first loss, some people can't deal with it.
Yeah. That makes sense too. But like, I think when you hang them up and then you're laying in bed at night and you remember,
That's why it's so hard to give up. And then I try to tell Pete that too. Like, this is all I know, man. He's like, oh, but you could train the kids. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
There's times in a fight where I drop my hands and let a person hit me just so I can feel the pain. Because I need that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people cut themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I came from a dark past. I came from a sad, hurtful past. And sometimes you need to feel that pain. So I almost feel like I'm alive. You know?
All right. I mean, I don't want to say I get it, but like I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't.
It's like it's almost telling you can't hurt me. I've been through too much more worse shit than this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been pistol whipped. I've been stabbed. I've been abused. I've been raped.
Right. So what's the punch?
Right? We dancing.
Yeah.
You know? Who's
the hardest hit you ever fought?
I think I'm gonna have to say like Jackie Trivolino.
Yeah.
She's the one that she fought me southpaw. I remember saying to Pete, yo, we gotta start working on the southpaw. I never even sparred a southpaw. Really? She's right-handed fighter. She gets in there, she's southpaw. I was like, I looked at Pete like, come on, man. You know, and he was like, but after the fourth round, I caught the rhythm. So I learned on the job that night. But maybe she the girl from New York, short hair, and maybe she wasn't the strongest fighter. I think she was catching me from angles. I didn't see the shots coming.
Right, and which is exactly what it is. It's the one you don't see coming. You know, that's why you don't see people who just aren't fight fans, which I'm trying to keep this friendly to everybody. You don't see people get knocked out by like the big it's like a stupid little just something you don't see that catches you that hurts you. So
and body shots are worse than headshots. For me, it is.
Yeah, man, we were talking like this dude Ryan, who's married to Jamie.
Boy, can she punch.
Yeah, but
Jamie was the one that brought me back into boxing.
Yeah, her husband hit me with the hardest body shot, man. Brennan hit me with some vicious body shots.
Brennan hit me with some body shots. He's a jerk. I'm small.
Fucking bully. And then I'm sure you know Chris Marrero.
Yeah,
man. Chris hit me with a body.
He's got a punch.
He's got like 4 or 5 pro fights, and like 3 of them ended by body shot knockout. You know,
strong.
He's been back in the gym a lot, man. He's gonna make a comeback. I think.
I seen him over there.
Yeah. That's dope. That so many people out of this area are finding their way through the fight game. I just wish that the local media, maybe it's me being
support more.
Right. A
lot of talent out of New London. Basketball, music.
It's like it seems like if somebody gets in trouble, they want to highlight that.
Yep.
But so like even fuck the New London day. So Brennan had gotten jammed up with something one day. They did a big article in the paper, but then like a year later,
he's selling out Mohegan Sun by himself, and that's a huge arena, and they're not showing him no love for that.
Right. Nationally, he's a famous guy.
Everybody knows
he's
him.
A famous guy.
Right.
But like a year later, he found like a baby in a carriage in New London. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah. He was just some crackhead had left their kid, and he found it. So then they did a story about it. But then the writer who did the original story when he got in trouble shared the story of him rescuing the baby, saying, I wonder if this could be the same guy who I just wrote about doing like this, and that. Like, damn, like tough crowd, man. But that's they want to highlight the negativity, and I think that's what gets people's eyes. But
and that's the problem. Is that's all anybody cares about is negativity.
Right, and it's terrible when
they don't care about helping people no more.
When you can walk into a gym where we got kids who are national Golden Gloves champions, pros, like professional. We don't have pro sports here, man. We don't have a Connecticut basketball, football, baseball, hockey. Like you got pro athletes fighting Madison Square Garden, HBO, NBC, right here in New London. And where's the New London Day at? Where's the local media at to show you the support?
Right.
But
and that's good shit for kids, little girls to see.
Get a DUI. I bet.
Right. All over there.
Yeah.
Let me hit somebody.
Right. Let something happen in a bar. Yep. Oh, boxing champion Shelly Vincent assault somebody in a bar. Right. But that crab in a barrel mentality, man. I just think that it's so prevalent through social media these days, where people like will see something somebody does and hate on it and hate on it. Like that's just such a horrible mind state to have, you know. And I just feel bad for people who live that way.
Right.
Let me get another sip of that good water. I don't want this bullshit.
You need that. That's the one.
RX.
RX. Vinny drinks that. All the top guys drink that.
I don't care what the top guys drink. I want to know what the top
Roberto
girls drink.
Duran. All the top women drink the RX.
The RX. So what's next for you? What do you got? Any projects going on? What's going on with you?
I actually got a call the day after the fight, which I'm not going to speak on because it's nothing set yet. Right. But it looks like it's a good opportunity.
Okay.
It looks like there's going to be some money there. It looks like I might be able to walk home with some property. So, you know, if all that works out, I think I'm going to do it. I mean, I got to talk to Pete. Got to talk to my dad. Yeah. But you know, that's a possibility. You know, so I'll keep y'all posted on that. But it's looking good. So I'm just waiting to see what type of bread they throw in.
In the meantime, what are you doing to celebrate your win? You got anything good going on?
Just chilling. All weekend was a blur. Right? Yeah. Now I've phoned my friends. You know, just chilling. Like I said, it was like 2 days ago. Right. So I'm actually going back to the gym today. After I leave here, I'm gonna go to the gym. So I'm fluffy. Oh, fluffy Jesus. As hell. I got beat up. I got beat up by the Salt this weekend.
Let me see the flex. Show them the flex.
We don't got none right now.
Oh, get out of here.
Fluffy, I'm fluffy.
Do you cut much weight for your fights?
This one because I retired.
Right, yeah.
And then
and you took it quick.
Let me tell you what. I woke up, and it looked like I had a catered event in my crib. It was just me there. I don't remember ordering the food or nothing.
Yeah.
I was like 150. So I had to lose all that weight in 3 weeks. And I'm never that big. I'm never that big. But I think it was more the salt retention. Yeah. I fought at 120, probably at the 126 that fight too when I fought at the Dunkin'.
Yeah. On average, do you do like sauna, like a lot of weight cut? No.
I usually eat the day to weigh in.
Yeah.
So 122 is my real weight class. I never fought there after I fought Heather.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of because we knew that was going to come back. I got in a car accident. I was unconscious. I had a concussion. I had a ruptured eardrum. I had muscle spasms. So I was out, and then I was at 130. So I fought a couple fights at 130 just because I wasn't going to try to lose the weight and kill myself. I said, I'll just fight here and work my way back down. But my real weight class is 122. I turned pro at 118. And look at my height. That's why
I was just going to say you're short for the weight class that you're at. Yeah.
And I'm beating girls that are way bigger than me with a whole bunch of knockouts. So imagine if I did fight somebody my own size. Maybe I would have the knockout.
Right. Well, you know, because you have the style to do that. You know, like I'm
slick.
You slick and you get in a lot of head movement and you go to the body and. Yeah. That's a lot of fucking work.
Oh, yeah, you have to be in excellent shape for that style.
It is. Because, you know, I'm a fat kid heavyweight. I'm not a real heavyweight. I shouldn't be a heavyweight, but I am because I'm a fat kid. You know, so, like, if I want to get in with Cassius, like, I won't even do it anymore. It's just not. I like to box.
Well, he's knocking motherfuckers out the ring. You should not get in there with him anymore.
Dude, he's
that was crazy in that fight, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Put that guy through the ropes. I'm so happy for him, man. And he's about to get involved with a homeboy from mine from the West Side. West Coast is really gonna put him on. But he's broken my nose before. He gave me one time we sparred, and then I went to the grocery store and I'm calling my girlfriend like I don't even know how I got here. You know what I mean? But to fight him, you have to you have to get in. He's 6'6". You got
on his chest.
Right, and that's just not my style. Like I like to box from the outside, so it's just not a good time.
And he's not gonna let you get on his chest.
Right. It's just it's funny the way matchups go, dude. I don't know, dude. I'm really happy that you came through today, dude.
I'm glad you guys come through.
You just can't. You're just coming off a fight. I know what that's like for I've been around guys. I know that it takes a lot out of you, and for you to make the time for this, man, I really appreciate it. And where can people find you on social media?
Facebook, Shelly Vincent, Shelito Way, and
Instagram, Shelito Way, right?
Yeah, Instagram, Shelito's Way. Twitter, at Shelito's Way. I don't really be on Twitter too much, but Instagram, at Shelito's Way. Facebook, Shelito Vicente.
I just noticed that, actually. I tagged you in it, and I was like, "Is that a you getting?"
That's my real last name.
Getting real Italian with it.
No, that's my Cape Verdean last name. That's my real name from over there. My grandfather's from the country. My mother. You guys see my mom? She's She's definitely Cape Verdean. My father's 100% Italian.
Yeah.
I embrace the Italian. Everybody's like, oh, you don't embrace. Like I said, no, listen.
You come out with an Italian flag hair, though.
Right. Because, and now look at if I was to, they would say, oh, well, you don't embrace your black side. And then if I do, you guys going to be calling me all types of wiggers and telling me I'm you know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't win with these people. And then the way you talk. I've been talking like this since I was a kid.
Right.
I'm half black. Yeah. No, I'm not racist. My mother is black. My sisters are dark-skinned black. My nieces and nephews, black. So I'm like, these people, man, they do anything. You can't win with these people. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks about me anyway. Half black, say what the fuck I want. And that's it.
That's what's up. You heard it right from Shelly. Shelly, I love you. Thank you for coming through.
I love you, man. Thank you.
Really, really appreciate.
And I don't always drink in the morning.
The proper 12. Yeah, check out Shelly, man, for her next fight. That shit would look good on her shorts.
That's right. Call me.
Peace.